In the days and weeks after being taken by Hex, time and reality became disjointed.
Yes, my pet.
Covered in sweat, lying on a table in Hex's flying laboratory. An elderly lady is at your side, tending to a gag.
Would you relax? Patching you up is already hard enough, without you screaming every which way. Not to mention dealing with little Miss Puppeteer over there.
She jerks her head at Hex, who is perched wide-eyed over a collection of maps.
Just a little head wind. We unleash his power. Then they will tremble.
In case you don't remember, the name's Madeline.
Dom.
No kidding, kid. You have probably told me that a dozen times. Well, let's hear 'em.
Hear what?
I swear. Your questions? Quickly. Now. It won't be long before she takes control of you again.
Let's start with, what the hell's going on?
That's my kind of question. So far, that has been the pattern. First, she makes you turn into a dragon and do who knows what. Second, you come back here. I patch you up and usually you can barely remember your own name.
And third,
there's been no third step. But that's the one I'm afraid of most. Let's move on, shall we?
I want to know, what's Hex's master plan?
I haven't the foggiest, but some of the things she whispers would turn that pretty golden hair as white as winter wolves. Anyway, you have got more questions, I'm sure.
Tell me, how can you work for someone like that?
I have always been too smart to be brave, and I figure I can do a lot more good alive than dead.
Hex storms over.
Is he ready?
Is he ever? He needs more rest.
If I give him as much rest as you wanted, he'd never leave the ship.
Hex looms over Dom.
Come, my pet.
I'm not your...
You do as I tell you! Stop resisting! Burn everything!
Dom wakes again, Madeline tending to a nasty cut on his leg.
In case you don't remember, which you never do, I am.
Madeline, I remember.
Hey, what do you know? Somebody's smartening up. Better get to it.
Get to what?
Maybe not that smart. Questions, kid. Hit me with them.
Let's start with who you are.
I am a technocrat. Genius over there scooped a bunch of us when she boomed the foundry.
Madeline nods to a closed door behind Dom.
She keeps my patriots locked up in there. Only reason I am out here is cause I know my way around the body. Take that any way you like. Let's move on, shall we?
I want to know, how did I get hurt?
Whatever she's making you do, it sure as no isn't attending any martial arts ball. Speaking of, I did appreciate it if you did take care of yourself a little more. That make my job a lot easier. Anyway, you have got more questions, I'm sure.
Tell me, has she made me kill anyone?
I wish I could say one way or the other, kid.
In the nearby captain's quarters, you hear the sound of footsteps.
She's coming.
Help me, please. I have to stop her.
What do you think I have been trying to do? Make friends?
You're a doctor, aren't you? Get this thing out of me.
Dom touches the back of his neck, feeling the fist-sized metal lump protruding from the skin there.
Sorry, kid. I can't begin to guess how that contraption's all tangled up in your nerves and whatnot. I did likely to kill or paralyze you trying to take it out, and I haven't given up on you yet. Now, I may not know precisely how she's controlling you, but I know how the mind works. I also know you're starting to come around, so I won't have to repeat myself, will I?
No, you definitely won't. I'm here.
Good. Then listen up. She's going to try to break you down, get you to give in, to disappear. But you can't let her. if you let your mind retreat from the real world, then you will end up an empty puppet that all dance any way Hex likes. Only advice I can give is to find the good in whatever situation you end up in. Good luck, kid.
Hex marches into the lab.
We're here.
The airship drifts ominously around the edge of a mountain, revealing the hidden city of Aurelia.
Whatever you're planning on doing, you don't have to do it. The people of Aurelia are innocent.
They're despicable. Content to feast on the fat of their unearned wealth, while the world rots around them. I'm merely showing them the error of their ways. Then, I'll show them the better path.
They've done nothing wrong.
Hex points an accusatory finger at the palace.
That eyesore is proof enough of just how wrong they are. At the table of reason, there's no place for extravagance.
Hex nods to Anton, who lumbers over and yanks.
If he tries anything, hurt him.
Don't try anything.
Yeah, I got the message.
Anton roughly pushes Dominic out onto the airship's deck. Hex steps out and calls to the alarmed Aurelian guards.
I have a message for you and those you protect. Your city is a travesty of wasted abundance. Surrender your wealth to me, or face ultimate destruction!
You dare speak of destroying us?
Land your flying ship now, trespasser, and we'll be lenient with your punishment.
Very well.
Hex, what do you want to do with me?
Dom, transform, my pet.
I'm not your...
Before Dominic can finish speaking, he feels a tingle from the device at the back of his neck, and flames explode all around him. The flames curl around him as he starts to grow, his body bursting into a mass of scales, muscles, and claws.
Dragon! Oh gods, save us!
Fools! There are no gods to hear your prayers. There is only me. Now burn it, my pet. Burn it all.
Against Dom's will, he finds himself flying through the air towards Aurelia.
No! Must resist!
What just happened?
Dominic is standing in front of the huge cannon in Stormholt courtyard.
But saying I destroyed this already.
Step back from the weapon!
Wait, this is the moment when...
Soldiers emerge from behind their hiding places near the cannon, surrounding Dominic.
See? He was trying to sabotage the weapon, just like I told you.
Good. Very good.
As the guards grab Dominic, he feels a deep sadness welling in him.
This is the moment when Tristan betrayed me. I understand why he did it. This is what he thought he had to do to save himself. To save Rose. It was the wrong move, but it was done with good intentions.
The courtyard disappears, snapping Dominic back to reality.
Huh?
The city nears, and Dominic can hear the screams of the Aurelians as they see Dominic passing overhead. As he feels himself about to breathe out a stream of fire, he manages to resist.
Look out!
Dominic breathes out a small plume of fire that scorches the tops of the buildings, setting them ablaze, but nothing more. Without warning, Dominic begins beating the air with his wings, flying at breakneck speed towards a golden spire, his claws poised to rip it apart.
I don't want this!
Suddenly, Dominic's back on top of the Stormholt walls, watching hopelessly as Bartel marches out to the spot on the grass where his wounded pet hawk lies, barely moving.
No, I can't face this again.
Bartel steps down on his friend's body, and the snap of his bones echoes all around Dominic.
No! My best friend! He'll always be with me.
With all of his willpower, he turns his mind into another memory. A happier memory.
Here, Pidge!
Dominic whistles 2 short blasts, and a moment later Pidge settles on his window.
Want some head scratches? Who's a good boy? That's right, now come here.
Dominic reaches out and gently scritches Pidge's head. He leans into his fingers, trilling contently.
how I'll always remember you.
Back in reality, Dominic reaches the spire and swerves out of the way. His tail hits it, toppling a few pieces, but leaving it otherwise intact.
I'll take that.
Against Dominic's will, his massive body turns, swooping over the Aurelian gardens. He feels a breath of fire forming in his lungs.
Have to fight back.
Back at the castle, in front of Dominic, Margaret is shakily writing out her name, proving her literacy to Bartel.
No, anything but this moment. Please!
Well, that's quite a shock. Perhaps we found our traitor after all.
He plunges his dagger into her back.
Mother, thank you for protecting me. I'm grateful. But you shouldn't have had to do that. I should have been more careful. I'll be better. Ma, I'll use my strength to protect the people I love. I know that's what you would have wanted.
Stormholt vanishes, and Dominic's back in the present, hovering over the Aurelian gardens, a breath of fire about to explode from his lungs. He resists, breathing the fire high into the air above him. The flames catch on the rooftops of several nearby buildings, but the legendary Aurelian gardens are preserved.
Phew!
Worn down, exhausted, Dominic turns and finds himself flying low towards a collection of small stone houses built into the mountainside.
Please! No!
What is this place?
Dominic follows the glowing staircase downward, mist swirling around his ankles. Dominic feels someone touch his shoulder. He whirls around, coming face to face with...
Dom! Thank goodness you're here.
Rose? What's going on? Where are we?
Say emerges from a nearby door, moving to stand beside Dominic.
You know where we are. This is the spirit world.
This isn't the spirit world. This is another prison created by Hex. I have to get out.
You really want to leave? You want to abandon me? Again?
Rose!
He abandons all. He abandoned his training. And now he's abandoning those he cares about.
No,
Rose and Say's cold, gray hands twine around his arms and chest, stroking his throat. He feels himself sinking down, giving in, giving up.
Get away from him!
The apparitions recoil, hissing. Kenna holds out her hand.
Kenna?
You have to fight them, Dom. You have to resist.
I'm trying.
You don't have to do this alone. Let me help you. We can fight them together.
Straining, Dominic reaches out and grasps Kenna's hand. With a mighty heave, she pulls Dominic free.
No!
Come back!
How do we fight them?
Their power lies in despair. Just remember what Madeline said. Find the good.
Got it. I'll take...
Dominic takes a wary step towards Rose. She smiles, her grin stretching unnaturally wide.
Dom, it's been too long. I've missed you.
Stop it. You're not her.
How can you say that to me? Dom, this place is so cold. And I'm scared. Please, hold me.
Not gonna happen.
Rose strikes with the speed of a viper. Dominic manages to catch her wrists, and her two sharp fingers claw at the air in front of his face.
Whoa, you're not gonna win. I know what you're trying to do. Just give it up.
Rose hisses, snatching her hands away. She circles Dominic, looking for an opening.
This is your fault. You abandoned me. Nothing was ever the same after that day.
Dominic finds himself back in the Stormholt dungeon, trapped behind steel bars, while Bartel holds a knife against Rose's cheek.
Say goodbye, little flower.
Dominic, I'm afraid.
Rose, it's okay. I'll wait. I've been here before.
Dominic breaks free of the illusion, only to find Rose standing right in front of Dominic, holding his face in her hands.
I was so scared. How could you put me in that position?
A chill seeps from her hands, creeping through Dominic's whole body.
No, you're not gonna suck me in. There was so much more than fear and pain for us. There was friendship. It helped me stay strong, even when things seemed hopeless. Some days the only thing that got me out of bed was knowing that I had great friendships with you and Tristan.
No! No!
Warmth floods Dominic's body again. The creature wearing Rose's face screams in frustrated agony as she dissolves into smoke. Nearby, Dominic hears another scream as Kenna throws the shadowy Say to the ground. Say explodes into smoke. Kenna looks up to Dominic, triumphant.
See? I told you we could do it.
Does this mean... did I burn the town?
See for yourself.
Thank the gods!
As Dominic flies along, he takes stock of all he has done to resist.
I might not have prevented Aurelia from being destroyed, but at least I saved as many as I could!
The back of his neck tingles. The world seems to disappear for a moment, the rage and despair swallowing him up. Dominic can feel his massive body colliding with something solid. Hear the screams of the Aurelian guards.
No, I have to fight it!
Dominic regains his sight as an unseen force guides him back to Hex's airship. As he flies, the wind whips the smoldering palace into an inferno.
My gods!
The world flickers, and Dominic finds himself lying on the ground in the strange labyrinth, his head resting in Kenna's lap.
Please. I have nothing left. No more will to fight.
Shh. It's alright. Rest. Everything will be fine. You did well. You got rid of those others.
Wait. Oh no.
All the color and warmth bleeds away from Kenna's face, and her eyes begin to glow a deep, bloody red.
Yes, Dom. Now, I have you all to myself.
Not you, Kenna. Please. I can't. Go on.
Drained, his dragon form expires in a burst of sparks, and he crashes down hard onto the deck of Hex's airship.
Very good, my pet. Very good indeed. Aurelia's resources will now become mine.
The world goes dark. Dominic wakes up back in the lab, Madeline applying a salve to his chest.
Not bad, kid. I knew you had some self-control.
Thanks, Madeline. I had some advice. I just wish I could have done more.
Don't beat yourself up. You fought back. And from how mad Hex is looking right now, I'd guess you saved a good number of people.
Where are we, anyway?
Just a few miles outside of Orilla, or what's left of it. You sure did a number on that place.
Not me. Her.
Suddenly, Hex storms into the room, grabbing Madeline by the collar.
Hey.
You told him something! I know it! You're the unwanted variable in my experiment! How else would he have resisted so effectively?
What are you doing with her?
What I should have done a long time ago! Throw her out of the damn airship!
What? So I can get lost in the mountains and eaten by wolves? Why don't you just kill me now?
Because that would be too kind.
Hex yanks Madeline towards an exit hatch. Dominic starts to race after her, but catches himself.
I can't stop Hex. She's got too much control over me. But maybe I can help Madeline.
Scanning around the lab, Dominic spies a few supplies. Food, water, and a map.
I can show her the way to Stormhold.
Dominic quickly gathers up the supplies as Hex pops open the hatch.
No one betrays me!
Outside, the wind howls, the air bitingly cold.
You know, I never did like you.
The feeling's mutual!
Hex readies a kick for Madeline, who rush forward, knocking Hex out of the way.
Here, follow this map to Stormhold. Tell them I sent you.
Shove the supplies into Madeline's arms and gently push her out of the hatch. She falls into a patch of snow. A moment later, Dominic sees her scramble away.
Bad move, pet!
She was right to help me.
I'm right! I'm on the side of reason! She's just a meddling old fool!
You can't control me forever, Hex. Sooner or later, I'll figure out how to remove this device. Then you'll pay for everything.
Is that what you think, Anton? Come here, pet.
Anton stirs from the corner and marches before Hex.
So, you're controlling him with that device?
Yes, the device. This design's rather obsolete, don't you think? Perhaps it's time to...
Hex reaches up and unlocks the device wrapped around Anton's skull.
Oh, look! He's free! What are you going to do, Anton?
Anton looks around, dazed.
Anton, help me! We can escape!
Anton turns to look at Dominic, his eyes dull and empty. Slowly, he kneels on the floor at Hex's feet.
No. No escape.
But how?
Hex smirks, resting a hand affectionately on Anton's head.
You see? Once the will is properly broken, it's merely a matter of time until the forces of control are no longer necessary. Soon, you too will be mine. Completely.
No.